Guys, welcome back to my channel. This is totally a different setup. I'm not beat. I have no makeup on. This is a first. And I have my glasses on. My wig isn't glued down. I'm in my bed in my PJs. Like, what? What's going on? But guys, it's kind of hot, so I'll probably turn on the fan. But I'm here to talk about something that came back to me recently. I wanted to share it because I felt like it was necessary to share. Some things happening in my life, you see, like me have a whole heap of story, but some of them just sentimental. And my auntie have this saying, she says, some secrets you bring to your grave. Some of them are going to go to my grave with me. But in any event, what I wanted you guys to do for me before I start to talk, I want you to click the subscription button. Yeah, click it, subscribe. Remember to thumbs up the video. And yeah, remember to share it, comment, like, all of that jazz. We already know the settings. But we're not gonna ramble on anymore. Let's get into what I'm here to talk about. The other day I was here and I was laying on my bed and something came back to me for some reason. I don't know why it came back to me. As a child, I grew up in a very strict household. Yeah, I grew up in a very strict household. I couldn't leave my yard without telling people where I was going. And maybe that's why I'm an introvert right now, because I was always by myself. I had two best friends next door. One of them named, I cannot go call her name, P and C, lived next door. So those were the girls that I hung out with mostly because my mother and their mom were friends and we did born the same year, so we did close. We were the same age. They were my only friends and they were the only ones I was allowed to basically talk to, I guess, because they were right next door. If you guys don't know, I'm from 8 Miles, Bull Bay, St. Andrew. That's where I was born. And St. Thomas isn't so far from where I live. That's like in the east of Jamaica, the east side of Jamaica. So, as a little girl, I don't remember what age I was. I think I was about, was I a teenager? No, I think I was like preteen. Yeah, I remember one time the girl was going to visit her dad in St. Thomas and they asked me to accompany them. Now, like I said, I wasn't allowed to leave my yard unless somebody knew where I was going. So obviously I got to go ahead to go with her, right? So I never forget this, and I never forget the dress that I wore that morning. I left in a blue dress, button down in the middle. It had 2 pockets on the side. Anytime, I think anybody who experienced trauma in their life, certain things always stick to them, because certain clothing from my childhood I remember and certain clothing I just don't remember. I remember I wore that blue dress with the button down and it had 2 pockets at the front with a little bit of white frill, I think, and we left to go visit our father. So when we await on the bus, because at the time they had some buses called coaster buses. In Jamaica, people just do what they want. Your uncle can drive the bus, your cousin, just a bunch of bang around. You get me? People that even have license for drive the bus probably, because I just Jamaica that people just do what them feel like. So I remember going on the coaster bus. I was standing there, and this was a really big traumatic situation in my life where people don't understand this. I'm going to stray off topic for a little bit. Trauma exists in everybody's life. You see the whole away where I try to be this perfect person and try to look the best and try to put the best foot forward. It's okay to be vulnerable at some point in your life, because you go through hardship, me go through hardship. You don't have to pretend you are enough and that's enough. That's all you have to believe. It's okay to wall away, go through things, but some are better at hiding it. So there's nothing wrong with being vulnerable at some point in your life. I remember the coaster bus come. So we're going on a coaster. Yeah. And I remember standing in the bus, you know. This was the only thing I remember. I remember standing in the bus, bro. And I was holding on to the rail because there weren't any more seats. And I was holding on, and there was a music playing. And I must have liked the song because I remember I was rocking to the song. And that was the only thing I remember. That's the only thing I remember. I remember going on the bus. I remember standing there. I remember holding on to the rail. And I remember the music playing. And I don't remember anything else. Opening my eyes and feeling someone pulling me. And when I opened my eyes and I felt the pull of the person, there was somebody opposite of her laying on the floor dead in blood. And I was laying on the bus, what you call that, the floor of the bus. And my friend that I went to country with, she was pulling my hand. I remember she was pulling my arm. I died before. And it might sound like a foolishness me talk right now. Let me tell you something. Today I was watching something, you know, and the guy was speaking about people of purpose. And a lot of us are unaware of certain things because we're so busy going. There's a dark side to life as much as there's a bright side to it. And you see the enemy and the devil and God and all these things that we call supernatural, they exist. And sometimes the enemy peeking at your future and they say that you're destined for greatness. And they try to kill you as early as possible because they see where your loyalty lie and it's not with them. So the devil will try to take your life from a young age. And if anybody is watching this out there and who've had an experience of dying before and coming back to life, I feel like you have a purpose. And this might sound cliche and people might be like, a foolishness you talk, like, dude, I literally died. I'm telling you, I was standing in the bus holding on to the rail, the music was playing, and I don't remember anything after that. You Google it, people are going to tell you that you had brain trauma. But nobody knows what happened whenever you block out that long. Nobody knows what happens when they didn't go through that trauma. You did. And I'm telling you guys right now that I died and I came back. I don't remember what happened, but I wasn't here for a while. Like as a young teen. Like that was the worst accident ever. Like I remember she pulling me. And this is why I'm saying, like, the devil is real and God is real. Because did you know that even though that happened to me, I came out of that accident with not a scratch, not a bruise, there was blood stains on my dress, and it was from the man who was laying down there dead. That was the driver, I think. He was dead, and there was blood on me from him, I guess. And I guess people were on top of me trying to get out of the bus, so everybody was walking all over me and stumbling over me. And I came out of that without even a scratch on me. I've always had like protection over my life from ever since. Like, I'm tell people this all the time. I say God is sensitive about me. And these things happen for me to tell my story. And that's why sometimes when people watch my videos and become judgmental, I don't let it affect me, because it's the same thing them they do to Noah. You get me? It's the same thing them do to any prophet. Them they do it to Jesus. Even his believers didn't believe in him. And I'm not comparing myself to that, but I'm here to say that you're always gonna have naysayers who don't believe your story, but your story happened to you. And in life, when God choose you, is either you're going to be a lesson or an example. You're going to either teach how to be, or you're going to be an example of what not to be. So things happen for me to talk about it. No, that's just a part of the story. The other part of the story is that when we went into that traumatic experience, her and I went through that traumatic experience, she had me swear to not tell anybody. And I've been living with that secret until I was maybe 32 years old. And that's when I told my mom the other day, and I told my aunt like Saturday gone, a week ago, my auntie who grew me. I'ma just tell my mother, like probably, I don't know if I told her months ago or a year ago, but tell my mother. And they were like, my auntie, she got upset and she was like, you're an idiot, that's something with traumatic, oh, you don't have to tell nobody. And then she said something to me now. She said a person is as deep as their deepest secret. And that's how I've been all the time. Like, you can confide in me about anything. I don't hit below the belt, and I don't tell secrets. That's how I am. And I thought I did a bad thing because if she tell me not to say anything, obviously I did a bad thing, and it wasn't, I didn't do anything. The bus just crashed, and she made me hold that secret for years. But I can't blame her either, because we were kids, you know. But why was she such an influence over me for me not to tell that? Something bad happened to me, and I felt like I didn't have a safe place to tell it. But just like you, I have issues and I'm working through them. But yeah, I'm just here to tell that story that happened to me. And it came back to me the other night and I was just crying. And the reason I wasn't crying because I was sad, I was crying because I was happy, because I felt like somebody was with me, like protecting me. Like angels exist in my life. And that's why I was crying. But I'm just here to tell you guys that you are enough. That's number one. And everybody go through trauma. You're not alone, you know. And life is here to test us. And growing pains are real. And we still don't know nothing. Even though we think we figure it out, we figure it all out, we still don't know nothing. We don't know the half of it. So yeah, I'm just here to tell you guys that I'm destined for great things. I still don't know what my purpose is, because every day my dream changes. But I know I'm here for a reason. And for me to get out of that alive means I'm here for a reason. So yeah, I'm not gonna get any deeper. I'm just here to tell you guys that I'm gonna go now, and I hope you take something from this. I'm not gonna ask if you enjoyed it, because it wasn't anything for you to enjoy. I hope you take something from this, and I hope you understand that life happened to all of us, and it's okay to be sad or feel fragile or break down, because we all go through life trauma, some more than others, but it's okay. And someone once told me, you are not what happened to you, okay? You're not what happened to you. So don't feel like you're responsible. It's not your fault. So anyways, I'm gonna go. I don't know if I'm gonna text me. Somebody gonna text me. But I'm gonna go now, guys. Thank you so much for watching. And yeah, it's your girl, Miss Chinchilla. And I'll see you in my next one. Bye.
That's all, folks.